Now moving on to the next half of the event, beginning with Western Region Awards for 10th edition of Regional LMAX. This year we have 17 winners from 3 languages, Hindi, English and Gujarati, across 3 media, print, electronic and web, and 10 categories, article, blog, campaign, column, editorial, feature, investigative story, news story, radio and social media campaign. The first award in Hindi for print feature is presented to Amit Baijnath Garg for Azad Bharat Mein Sabse Zyada Gulam in Khushbu Daily News. Amit Baijnath Garg sheds light on several forms of modern-day slavery that India reels under, which includes bonded and forced labor, sex trafficking, child marriage, child labor, and others. In appreciation of providing insights and analysis on the full spectrum of modern-day slavery, Amit Baijnath Garg is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
सबसे पहले पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि उन्होंने मुझे लाडली मीडिया अवार्ड के लिए चुना है। उम्मीद करता हूं कि हर साल की तरह आगे भी उन्हें मेरी कहानियों में दम नज़र आएगा और वो अवार्ड के लिए चयनित होती रहेगी। एक बार फिर पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट का शुक्रिया और आप सभी लोगों का तहे दिल से स्वागत, सत्कार, नमस्कार।
The second award for print news report in Hindi goes to Varun Bhatt for पहाड़ों के बीच पहाड़ सी जिंदगी, माही के लहरों से बहती हमारी मलाला in Rajasthan Patrika. Varun Bhatt's report explores the aspirations of young girls to continue schooling despite the difficult mountainous terrain in a remote village in Banswara. In appreciation of providing an understanding of the complexities related to girls' education in difficult to reach areas and their aspirations to soar higher, Varun Bhatt is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट एल शारदा मैम और जूरी का शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि मुझे लाडली मीडिया अवार्ड का हिस्सा बनने का ये तीसरी बार अवसर मिला। मैं राजस्थान पत्रिका में कार्यरत हूँ और मैं पत्रिका परिवार का भी तहे दिल से आभार जताता हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे निरंतर बेहतर लेखन के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया। जिस खबर पे ये अवार्ड मिला है वो खबर जो है वो मलाला डे पर हमने लिखी थी।
The next award for web magazine in Hindi goes to Preeti Agyat for भागती हुई लड़कियां on hastakshar.com. Preeti Agyat provides a complete picture of the challenges faced by girls who elope and the dilemma they face in terms of articulating their concerns, which affects their decision-making abilities. In appreciation of her effort to highlight the challenges they face and ways to overcome it, Preeti Agyat is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट, टीम लाडली और समस्त ज्यूरी मेंबर्स का दिल से शुक्रिया। मेरे माता पिता, परिवार, दोस्त और सभी पाठकों का भी बहुत शुक्रिया, जिनका कि स्नेह और प्रोत्साहन सदा ही मेरे साथ रहा है। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
The award for web feature in Hindi goes to Shirish Khare for सुबह होने में अभी देर है on pehl.com. Shirish Khare brings to light the various dimensions and vulnerabilities of marginalized women and the social and cultural barriers faced by them at the societal level. In appreciation of the compassionate and sensitive portrayal of the lives of marginalized women, Shirish Khare is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
इस अवार्ड को पाने के बाद मैं एक बार फिर से संकल्प ले रहा हूं कि मैं आगे भी इस तरह की स्टोरी करता रहूंगा और महिला संवेदनशीलता से जुड़े हुए मुद्दों पर लगातार लिखता रहूंगा। धन्यवाद।
Now moving on to the awards in English for the Western region. The first award for print campaign in English is presented to Ahmedabad Mirror for biker who molested girls. This campaign sheds light on a biker who groped unwary teenage girls. A team of reporters worked to expose the molester, encouraging more girls to come forward and complain to bring to book the perpetrator of the crime. In appreciation of the campaign that helped girls overcome the stigma of molestation and fear of lodging a complaint, Ahmedabad Mirror is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
I personally believe that women's safety is a major issue that not only requires serious investigation and thrust, but consistent reporting to create awareness about the issue. Thank you very much for this award.
The award for print feature in English goes to Raksha Kumar for the Superwomen from Himachal show why empowered women make for an empowered country in The Hindu. Raksha Kumar profiles the achievements of women from a far-flung mountainous village, Buira, who exemplify women empowerment by balancing household chores and all-women enterprise in making jams. In appreciation of a feature that documents the transformation of women along with change in the local community, Raksha Kumar is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
I'd like to thank Population First for recognizing my story from Himachal Pradesh, where I tried to highlight numbers of female labor force participation. I've also been a Laadli Media Fellow, and I am extremely grateful for Population First's consistent support of these issues. Thank you very much.
The award for print news report in English goes to Jyoti Shalar for her Harvest of Crushed Hopes, why number of hysterectomies are high in Maharashtra's Beed district in The Hindu. Jyoti Shalar's illuminating report highlights the plight of the migrant women laborers in the sugarcane belt of Maharashtra and Karnataka who are forced to undergo hysterectomy operations for economic reasons. In appreciation of providing a detailed account of the impact of an unwarranted medical procedure such as hysterectomy on the health of impoverished women, Jyoti Shalar is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
Last 6-7 months have been extremely tough on all of us. So this is one of the best pieces of news that I've got in a long time. This award is also very special because it's going to be my third Laadli. So thank you once again.
The award for weblog in English goes to Sagar Galani for I Am a Man and This Is How Kabir Singh is Damaging to Me in feminismindia.com. Sagar Galani brings forth the disturbing portrayal of the protagonist in the movie Kabir Singh that normalizes toxic masculinity in the guise of dealing with love. In appreciation of the blog, which challenges the stereotypical portrayal of misogyny in the film, Sagar Galani is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
I'm extremely humbled and honored to receive it. All I'd like to say is that the first step to reducing inequality is to accept the biases we hold ourselves. I hope I can continue doing this with my writing. Thank you so much once again.
The award for web feature in English goes to Jyoti Shinoli for No Crime, Unending Punishment on ruralindiaonline.org. Jyoti Shinoli describes the plight of the Parthi community who remain stigmatized as a criminal tribe and among the most deprived in terms of access to education, employment, and other amenities. In appreciation of a detailed reportage of an invisible section of the society, Jyoti Shinoli is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
I'm honored to receive this year's Laadli Media Awards. I would like to thank Population First for this appreciation and also to the entire team of People's Archive of Rural India and my editor Sharmila Joshi. And I would also like to thank P. Sainath for allowing me to explore and write about the issues of the most neglected nomadic tribe of Fasipardhis. I believe this honor will help to bring the attention of the government as well as the common citizens to the struggling lives of Fasipardhis. Thank you.
The award for Web Investigative Story in English goes to Roli Srivastav for Missing Wombs, the health scandal enslaving families in rural India on in.reuters.com. Roli Srivastav sheds light on the higher prevalence of hysterectomies in rural India and the strategies used by service providers to compel uneducated women into it. In appreciation of the investigative rigor shown in exposing the prevalent medical malpractices, Roli Srivastav has presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
Thank you Laadli Media and Advertising Awards 2020 for choosing my investigation into hysterectomies in rural India, driving people into dead bondage. Unnecessary hysterectomies and their impact, physical and financial, on the lives of women and their families has been one of the most important stories of my journalistic career. And I hope this award will drive more reportage into the many unseen factors that push people into poverty and in debt bondage in rural India, and also drive government action. Thank you once again.
The award for web radio features in English goes to Kunal Purohit for The Night Shift on theswaddle.com. The Night Shift skillfully chronicles the lives of 4 Mumbai women working at night in unconventional occupations: a cab driver, a bouncer, a bar dancer, and a homeguard constable. In appreciation of profiling the heartening stories of women who go on with their unconventional jobs, providing an inspiration to others, Kunal Purohit is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
Thank you for this award, Population First. The Laadli has become an institution over the years, and it's an absolute honor to be receiving this award from you. So thank you so much. I also just want to quickly thank the 4 women whose lives were at the heart of the night shift: Suvarna, Ranjana, Rosie, and Nisha. I also want to thank the team of theswaddle.com, but especially the founder, editor, and chief, Kala Bookman. Without Kala's vision, this series wouldn't have been possible. And lastly, Sapan Taneja, the audio editor, the brilliant audio editor of the series. All of these people made the night shift what it was. Lastly, I want to dedicate this award to my mom. For me, it's her who taught me what everyday feminism was, and that really is what the series is about. So this one's for you, Mom. Thank you.
The award for Web Social Media Campaign in English goes to Grown Up Girls on agentsofishq.com. Agents of Ishq, through its innovative social media campaign, Grown Up Girls, underscores a range of issues that girls reaching adulthood deal with through the use of interactive and relatable messages. In appreciation of a sensitive and novel campaign, Grown Up Girls is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
Thank you, Laadli Media Awards, for choosing Agents of Ishq's campaign Grown Up Girls for the Best Campaign Award. We're particularly excited to receive it for this campaign because every single member of our team worked on it. So thank you on behalf of our partners on the project, Kriya, and all my colleagues, that is Umang Sabarwal, Debasmita Das, Srinidhi Raghavan, Hansa Thaplial, Olympika Oja, Deepika S., Justin Veliel, Shobhantika Das Gupta, Mayur Khadse, Shailendra Sahu, Shrin Ghosh, and me, Paromita. Thank you.
Before we move on to the next set of awards, we would like to invite Mr. K.G. Suresh, Senior Journalist and Communication Specialist and Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, to say a few words. Mr. K.G. Suresh.
Friends, it was really a great privilege for me to be part of the Laadli Media Awards jury this year also. Like previous years, we had a wonderful selection of articles from all over the country, and whether it be the story of the Jal Sahelis or the village in Haryana where people will surround you and beat you up if you use abusive words related to women, or about the change in the mindset of people in villages in Haryana where they are celebrating the birth of girl child, or the status of Dome women in Varanasi. So many interesting stories, facets which were not known to many of us. They have been written by young, dynamic authors, journalists, and it was really difficult for us to select the best.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh, for your encouraging words and constant support. Now we present awards to winners from Gujarati media. The award for print column in Gujarati goes to Harsh Meswania for signing in Gujarat Samachar. Harsh Meswania exemplifies the struggles of women during earlier times through various examples such as Ada Lovelace, mother of modern computers, Tijan Bai for singing Pandavini despite being from the Pardi tribe, and many others. in appreciation of providing an insight into the challenges faced by women and how they were overcome, paving the way for women today. Harsh Meswania is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
नमस्कार, मैं हर्ष मेसवाणिया। गुजरात समाचार में पब्लिश हो रही मेरी साइन इन कॉलम को लाडली मीडिया अवार्ड मिला है। ये अवार्ड जेंडर इक्वालिटी के लिए मिलता है, समानता के लिए मिलता है और पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट ये अवार्ड देता है। वो पूरे इंडिया में काम करता है जेंडर इक्वालिटी के लिए, जो बहुत ज़रूरी भी है। मेरी कॉलम में मैंने उन महिलाओं की बात की थी जिसने कुछ हटके किया हो, कुछ प्रेरणात्मक किया हो, तो इस अवार्ड से मुझे और भी काम करने का बल मिलेगा। Once again, thank you.
The next award for print feature magazine in Gujarati goes to Dr. Mahesh Shah for Kinneroni Karun Kathni in Chitralekha. Dr. Mahesh Shah presents the findings of a research study on the lives of the transgender persons and beseeches the society and readers to be inclusive. In appreciation of a sensitive narration to create an enabling environment for trans persons, Dr. Mahesh Shah is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
ह्यूमन इंटरेस्ट की स्टोरी लिखना मेरी हमेशा से रुचि रही है। इसमें किन्नर की स्टोरी को एप्रिशिएट करके आज मुझे अवार्ड दिया जा रहा है। इसके लिए मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ। फिर से थैंक यू वेरी मच।
The next award for print feature newspaper in Gujarati goes to Amita A. Mehta for Mahila Sarpancho Have Dorvati Nathi Dore Che in Sandesh. Amita Mehta in her article exemplifies the leadership skills of empowered Mahila Sarpanchas who have risen against the odds to bring about change. In appreciation of the sensitivity shown in bringing out inspirational stories of empowered, elected women village representatives, Amita Mehta is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
मैं पॉपुलेशन फर्स्ट और लाडली मीडिया अवार्ड्स के साथ जुड़े हुए सभी लोगों का धन्यवाद करती हूँ, आभार मानती हूँ।
The next award for print investigative story in Gujarati goes to Vaishali Dave for અમદાવાદની મહિલા પોલીસ કર્મીઓમાં ન્યુટ્રિશનની માત્રા ઓછી in Gujarat Samachar Plus. The story focuses on the health of the female force of Ahmedabad and identifies iron deficiency as one of the major issues that needs to be addressed. In appreciation of an insightful analysis of the specific health issues of women in the police force, Vaishali Dave is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
जब मैंने ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टोरी की थी तब मुझे बिल्कुल भी पता नहीं था कि मुझे इसका इतना अच्छा रिवॉर्ड मिलने वाला है। मुझे गुजरात समाचार ने जेंडर सेंसिटिविटी और उसके जैसे कई और सब्जेक्ट पे जिससे मैं सोसाइटी को एक अच्छा मैसेज दे सकूं, उसके लिए अच्छा सा प्लेटफॉर्म दिया है। उसके लिए आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू गुजरात समाचार and thank you for Laadli Media Award.
The next award for electronic special edition in Gujarati goes to Dr. Maulik C. Shah for U-Turn on YouTube. Dr. Maulik Shah underlines the struggle of a woman to exercise her choice during pregnancy and the traditional mindset of preference for male children even among affluent families. In appreciation of an impactful portrayal of the fight against patriarchy by a woman, Dr. Maulik Shah is presented the Laadli Media and Advertising Award for Gender Sensitivity 2020.
Celebrating eternal energy in and around us in the feminine form is the essence of Navaratri. But a lot has to be done yet in the field of gender sensitivity and gender equality. That's why the platforms like Laadli are really servicing a lot by recognizing and appreciating small acts by many people in the area of gender sensitivity. Thank you, Laadli, for honoring me on this stage, and thank you for giving me again an opportunity after 2013 for winning this award second time.
Moving on to the jury appreciation recognition for Western region. Raksha Kumar is presented with the jury appreciation citation for Indian women are abandoned because of mental illness on bbc.com. Raksha Kumar highlights the plight of women suffering from mental illness in India, which includes families abandoning them primarily due to social stigma. In appreciation of the efforts to create awareness on the stigma and poor care for women suffering from mental illness, Raksha Kumar is presented the LMAX 2020 Jury Appreciation Citation. Before we proceed further, may I request Ms. Dolly Thakur, who needs no introduction and is the coordinator, National Laadli Media Awards for Gender Sensitivity, to say a few words.
Throughout the year, there's nothing that I look forward to as much as Laadli. And the Laadli campaign and the media campaign for the girl child. I mean, it's fantastic. I was a girl child once, but all the things I've stood for, and I'm very proud to be a Laadli, because I think I have set some ways, some principles, some steps to be proud of. I'm very proud to be Laadli and for the achievements that I have made being a part of Laadli. I can't tell you how lonely I'm feeling this year, because every year all of us would get together and throw ideas at each other, argue, fight. Some of them would come up with brilliant ideas and eat together. It's so lonely, I can't tell you, planning all this and not being able to see you and be with you and share all the lovely details of one's life. But I've achieved a lot, and I think a great deal of that has come from being proud and holding my head up high as being Laadli and being a part of the campaign, which now gives us the motivation and the strength to stand on our own two feet, to say what we want. And we know that we now have a backing of a whole lot of people. They've given us so much courage. And I think we as Laadli campaigners have given a lot of other women and other young girls the strength, the courage to be what they are, to express themselves. And look where the Laadli girl has now gone. I mean, no more are we sitting at home and making chapatis. There may be a few who still do that, but most of us are all out, working, contributing to the families, and it's been a fabulous, fabulous journey. And now, of course, we're demanding equal wages, equal respect. That is what our whole movement is about.
Thank you, Ms. Thakur.